Hey everybody, Rob Martin here from martinviolinschool.com. I wanted to let you guys know that during this whole coronavirus scare while you're stuck at home, if you want to keep studying and take online lessons, I'm offering lessons online via Zoom. And if Zoom's not available to you, I can do FaceTime or Skype as well. Zoom is the preferred method. But so if you're interested, please visit my website and we can connect, and I'll be happy to work with you. So today I'm going to do a little video on getting started with vibrato, okay, for beginners who are advancing to the point where it's time to start vibrating and learning how to do that. So I'm going to give you just a few little starter things. I'm not going to cover the whole book on vibrato, but let's just start with some movements without the instrument. Okay, just getting some movements of the hand and left arm going before we actually try to apply it on the violin. So the first thing is very simple. It's just holding your arm up vertically, your forearm vertical, and starting in a neutral position between the hand and the forearm, just rocking the hand backwards at the wrist. Okay, nice and easy, as slow or as fast as you want. Okay, different speeds. This is something you can do anytime, anywhere. If you did it in public, you might look a little silly, but when you're sitting at home watching Netflix, you know, right here. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, first movement. The next thing is to get your knuckles warmed up. Okay, a really important part of vibrato mechanics is the movement at the first joint of each finger. Okay, so as you're moving your hand or your arm, or however you end up vibrating, I generate my vibrato from the bicep and tricep and the lower forearm here, and then kind of let my wrist and my fingers passively follow. But where the actual bending of the pitch, which is what we're doing when we vibrate, we're actually bending the pitch from the pitch downward and back up. Where that occurs is at the fingertip. Okay, at your fingertip, where the fingertip contacts the string. And in order to do that, this joint needs to be flexible. So what I do is I just take my hand here, my right hand, okay, bend forward at the wrist and put a finger on it. And then I start with this first section of my finger here, almost vertical, not quite, and then just rock back and break that, let the finger break at that first knuckle. Okay? And again, maybe start slowly and do it faster. And I'm just bending and what I'm doing is the same motion as before. Rocking the hand back at the wrist and letting that, putting a little pressure on my right hand, on the back of my right hand here with the finger, and just rocking it back. And letting this joint be passive, okay? And do that with all four fingers, okay? Get this joint working, okay? The pinky is the hardest, of course, because it's the weakest and the shortest of the four, okay? Keep your other fingers relaxed while you're doing it. I was just watching myself do it here as I'm filming, and I noticed I was holding some tension in my other three fingers. That's something to be aware of. When you're not using the other three fingers, don't hold tension, okay? There we go, good, okay. So practice that one. Next, we can move to the instrument. And just like we did with a resting the heel of your hand on the heel of the left hand on the side of the right hand here. I actually didn't mention that. Just as we did that, we're going to do that with the violin. So we're going to start in third position. Okay. You can also do fourth position. Either third or fourth position is good. We'll start on the A string for now with the first finger, D. So we'll do D, E, F natural, and G. You could do F sharp as well. Okay, so here we go. D. Keeping the heel of the left hand against the rib of the instrument and just rocking it from the pitch, from your nice resonant D that's beautifully in tune with your D string, back. Okay, so bending the pitch flat and then back up to the pitch. It's almost a half tone, almost a half step. Okay, nice long bows. Same thing with the second finger. Slowly for now. I'll do F sharp. Okay. Start with that. Do all fingers, all strings. Okay. G, D, A, and E. So that should get you started. And then once you get good at that, turn your metronome on. And then we can start doing it at different speeds. So if I were to set my metronome, let's say at 60 beats per minute, okay? I could do, and let's say this is a quarter note. Let's call 60 beats per minute our quarter note. I could do oscillations of my fingertip at an eighth note speed. So 2 of these per beat. Then I could do eighth note triplets. Okay. Nice fluid motion. Nice even bow, as even as you can. As consistent a motion as you can. Same thing. All fingers, all strings. Then I could do 16th notes, 4 of these per beat. I could do sextuplets. And about there is where, you know, the arm would kind of take over. You'd want to take the heel of your hand off of the violin now and just let your arm take over a little more to get the vibrato. So I hope this is helpful to get you started. Please post your comments, questions, and happy practicing.